All right. Good evening. Welcome to the ESSB Audio Outlaws live stream on YouTube. See her. See the status of our streaming is. So we should pick up here soon that we're streaming. All right, there we go. Live now. Streaming, and we have bidirectional sync now between chat. So if you post chat in YouTube chat, it'll come over to the N6MUD chat, and vice versa. If you post in N6MUD chat, it'll go over to YouTube. So let's just take a look, see if that's all working before we get going here. Yeah, all right, looks like the chat's working, so good deal. All right, let's get started here. Try and find some activity. Friday night, not sure who's all out here this early, but I figured I'd start the stream up anyway, so good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining N6MUD San Diego. The frequency is not in use. Good evening.
Hey, I recognize a familiar voice. I was just testing. I did some reworking on the microphone cable here. I wanted to be sure I wasn't getting any introduction of any RF into the audio. I think it sounds clean.
Yeah, hey George, hey, good evening. I was just firing up the stream there. And there you are. So hey, good evening. No RF from what I can tell. I'll put my headphones on in a second here to get a better, more a more precise critique there. But sounding good, George. Good evening. How's it going?
Thank you. Good evening to you too. KJ6LA SoCal, and just testing out here. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with another system for the audio. When I do training, I'm using one mic for both of them, and I don't really want to be unplugging the mic cable for different systems. So I wanted to keep one mic cable on the mic, and then I can unplug it on the other side and route it to where it needs to be, including that great little Shure Motive Plus, great device. So anyway, very cool. I don't hear anything. I'm recording it just in case. And we'll go from there. But good to hear you, Craig. You sound outstanding.
Yeah, likewise there, George. And copy the microphone, dance there. So yeah, you sound like your normal self. Audio. I don't think you've made any changes to your EQ or anything. So I wasn't expecting you to sound different, but definitely clean, no RF, and I don't know, 15 over 9, so good strong signal. And I'm running a new version of Thetis, version 16, but it's August the 8th version, so not sure what this means in terms of how stable this is, but anyway, hopefully we've got some decent pure signal going on there, hopefully not too much IMD, no pure signal blowouts this evening, that's the goal. So, but yeah, George, sounding great. So it's Friday night. You gonna play radio this evening, or what's on the agenda this evening there, George?
Oh, great question. Not sure what we're going to do. I have to talk with Marina. We just had a meeting with a contractor to come out and figure out what we're going to do with the backyard. And so we may have some more discussions to make before the evening gets too far along. But Matt might be around for a bit. And yeah, it's always fun to get on the radio and hang out with folks. There are a lot of folks I haven't heard for a long time. So it's fun to get on and hear them again and catch up on what's been going on and stuff like that. So it's great. Yeah, I just pulled out. I have two of these Shure. What do they call these things? Motive Plus, whatever that thing is. The devices. One of them went bad, so I replaced it. Still have it, but I bought a new one. Kept the old one just in case I figure out how to fix it. But they're amazing. And by the way, I am on. Let me have you guess. What mic am I on tonight?
I don't know. It's probably not the RE320 because that's your favorite microphone. So maybe it's the RE20. Is that a good guess, George?
Oh, it's a good guess, but it's not right. I'll put it on a little bit later just to make some comparisons. This happens to be the SM7B.
Okay, yeah, I've SM7B was my first microphone, my first real microphone I ever got. The first real microphone, George, I paid more than $50 for. But now my go-to is the 320, RE320. But it's sounding good. You've got yours EQ'd right, so it's not too boomy or bassy. But I got to say though, there's if you were to switch microphones without making any EQ changes, I'm pretty certain I could hear the difference. But if you EQ it right, then yeah, I don't really notice any difference really.
Yeah, I heard someone in the background. Let me pause for a second.
There is Potato Man on frequency WS17.
Hello, James.
Hey, George. Hey, Craig. Can I make a recommendation? There's a slow scan TV on 170 right now. It's quite loud. Is there any way we can move down to 160?
Yeah, we've got other noise too. Let's cue us away to 160 and 6 MUD.
Sounds good. KJ6LA.
Is the frequency in use?
Much quieter.
Just make sure nothing's here. Is the frequency in use? That seems pretty clear.
Yeah, it's clear to me.
I can actually hear you better, James, on this frequency. Less noise.
Hey, James, how you doing?
To make sure I got a good tune. I think I'm tuned up pretty good. I got 1 watt reflected.
Have you guys, is Utah any better? James is kind of light in SoCal right now.
I think the better one than Utah is Point Reyes. Point Reyes, SDR, Google it, and it's usually louder, I found, George.
Okay, let me take a look. I'll be back in just a bit. KJ6LA.
George, I mean, James, you're a little weaker than you were last night, but I think it's just a band. You'll get stronger as the night goes on. So good evening, James, and good evening to everyone in chat there. That's good to hear you out. That's good to see you again, W5 IRL in the group. So anyway, James, I upgraded my version of Thetis to the version that you just sent out, and so far, so good.
So far, so good here. I'm just trying different linearity parameters to see if we can get any blowouts. But damn, man, this waterfall is so crispy. I love this waterfall, and I love how there's absolutely no blowouts at the beginning of the transmission.
Copy. I hear a bunch of noise, weak stations in the background there, but yeah, so far, I mean, knock on wood, but so far, this version seems the same as the other version in terms of just basic functionality there, so that's good. And who knows what bugs they fixed, but we'll go with the latest build and cross our fingers that it's stable.
You've got a weak station. Go ahead.
NR4 noise reduction, and it brings your intelligibility up by like a factor of 5.
Copy. I just turned my NR4 on. Go ahead, George. What was it? There's definitely some weak signals there, but do you copy those signals, George?
Oh, just barely. That was not me. I'm still trying to locate Point Reyes. Oh, I made a comment in there. Good evening, everybody. November 7, radio, Mike Kilo.
Hey, Ryan, you're the strongest of the bunch here.
Hey, Ryan.
That probably doesn't bode well for the frequency.
And good evening, Ryan. I mistook you for George, man. That's how loud you are.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. So, well, I've done some things today. We'll see if you guys like them or if you can tell a difference, or we'll see what the consensus is. But I did play with some settings for about the last hour, so we'll see.
Well, I'm kind of curious. Did you make some changes to your audio? Because you sound a little bit different. You sound a little bit more intelligible in the mids and the highs. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I confirm that. You're 30 over, Ryan.
Oh, wow, 30 over. So, okay, yeah, that's what I was looking for, was a little bit of mids and highs. I was noticing, listening to the live stream, that everybody else had just a little bit more intelligibility, I think is the proper word. And so I was shooting for that to see if I could get a little bit more in the mid to high area, because I seem to be doing all right on the lows.
Something about flex, and I don't know why it is, but there's like a taper effect or a fall-off effect with those flex hardwares. So whatever you did, you circumvented it.
Well, it's all, I'm just doing the ether. It's all ether, I believe, is where what's really going on.
Yeah, I got to tell you there, Ryan. You sound better than you did a couple nights ago there. So I like it. I like the sound. Very, very clean and crisp. And it's not way more intelligible, but definitely it just sounds more natural.
All right. Well, then I did the right thing. That's good. And you guys are all about 10 to 20 over as well. Everybody sounded really good tonight. Yeah, Craig, you're like 30 over in SoCal.
Yeah, George. Just the band's great right now, huh? Just take advantage of it, because I don't hit you that hard 30 over very often. So I'm happy to hear that I'm strong. At least one of these nights, I'm a strong signal over there.
Oh yeah, you're not like the S9 guy tonight. So sounds great. And the other gentleman, nice to make your acquaintance. My name is George, KJ6LA, and we're located about 20 miles north of downtown Los Angeles. Okay, I think you're talking to me, right? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, George, I've heard you out here quite a few times. I don't think we've ever actually talked. Maybe if we did, it was just briefly. So, the name here is Ryan, and I live in Fernley, Nevada. And for most that don't know, that's about 40 miles east of Reno on the Interstate 80. Okay. Well, Ryan, nice to make your acquaintance. And glad we've moved from casual observer to interacting. That's great. Yeah, this has been a great bunch of guys. I'm glad that I got introduced to Jeff on UHF when I was in Vegas, and then eventually moved up here and spoke to him, and here I am. So I definitely appreciate the warm welcome to the group by all. Outstanding. Everyone's fantastic, except that guy in Idaho, the potato head guy. Just kidding.
I'll stick around here for a bit, George. My signal will only go up.
Yeah, the band has been crazy today.
Born potato head guy. I got your back, James. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate that, bud.
You sound great out here, James. Boy, Point Reyes is fantastic. Nice copy out that way.
I just want to say good evening to everyone on YouTube chat. Just to let you guys know, you can chat now on n6mud.com, and those chat sessions can flow over into YouTube chat. And also, when you post a chat in YouTube, it'll flow over to the n6mud.com chat. So there you go. Hopefully, it'll be easier for everyone to keep updated with the chat conversations.
You know, another thing I'm doing different tonight is this is the first time I've operated with headset on, not doing any kind of a DX contest. So headsets on the Rag Chew is brand new, and so far I'm liking it.
Oh, headsets is the way to do it, man. I mean, you can obviously, you got a good set of studio speakers and that, but headsets, it just makes it that much more, I don't know, mainly for weak signals. So, but it just makes it that much more enjoyable for me to wear a good, decent pair of cans. And, you know, you hear all of the nuances in the audio.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got my speakers here, just creative desktop speakers, so they're decent, but they're nothing fancy. And this is a Radio Sport headset that I had that was basically for plugging into a laptop doing DX remotely. And so, but they don't sound too bad. They actually sound really good. I don't know if that's making everybody else sound better or not, but yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
All right, yeah, so good deal, Ryan. And just so everyone's aware on the air here, we've got, I did some updating to the site, so n6mud.com. If you post chat, it flows over into YouTube chat and vice versa. So we've got bidirectional syncing now, so you'll notice little YouTube icons on the chat on n6mud.com if you happen to see someone post in YouTube there. So hopefully it'll make it easier for everyone to just monitor the chat in one spot. Don't have to worry about going over to YouTube.
Craig, you're a genius.
Scotty, we're streaming. We're streaming tonight, Scott. So come on aboard. But we're in the extra portion. We can QSY up to the general if you're going to be on the air, Scott.
I am listening.
Who goes there?
Getting a lot of lightning, Craig?
Well, I'm not getting as much as I was earlier today. But yeah, there's a few crashes here and there. But I think you guys are getting more than me there, James. I think it's closer to you.
Receiver's getting trashed. It's artillery strikes.
Is it to the point where you got to disconnect, or what? Is it that close to you?
No, it's not close at all. It's close in the RF realm, but not physically. It's, I think, out in Nebraska, Oklahoma, something like that.
Copy that. Well, hopefully it'll calm down. You know what's weird, James, is have you noticed sometimes around 9:30 or 9 o'clock, the lightning just kind of like goes away? At least that's how it does out here in the West Coast. I don't know.
Yeah, it's when the sun starts hitting the horizon there, or goes right beneath it. The whole sky shifts.
That's because most of our thunderstorms out here are orographically and thermally driven versus cold front or warm front.
I think you hit a home run, Ryan, with that setting. I'd hit the save button.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely saved. Yeah, I titled it Ryan Tried.
That's not too punchy, but punchy enough. Very well balanced. And like Craig was saying, has the right amount of sparkle.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'll get it all set up. It'll be perfect, and then the new channel strip will come out, and we'll have to see what other toys it has. But hopefully, it allows it to stay pretty much where it's at.
And we've got reports out there, so I don't know who this impacts, but Brandon had Windows Update destroy his Windows installation. I had a similar thing happen about a year ago on mine. So anyone running Windows Update, be prepared, be careful, be mindful. Back up your stuff before you do the update. Just word of caution. Hopefully Brandon can get his up and running here shortly. So anyway, the more you know from N6MUD.
The big one, excuse me, the big one I've had, Craig, recently is after one of these updates, it ruins the secure boot. And if you're running the BitLocker encryption and you have not written down your recovery key, you're toast.
Yeah, I don't, for my home PC, I don't run the BitLocker, I don't run encryption on my home PC. Now, my work PCs, you have to by default, right? It's just, that's how they do it. So, but yeah, Jeff was having a similar issue, I think, as that. So anyway, I don't think it ruined his PC, but maybe that's what happened to Brandon. Good luck, Brandon. Hopefully you get that fixed.
So is Smitty's course on wide audio, is that going to be broadcast live tonight on off that link, or is that going to be something that's on Memorex for later?
You know, I'm not sure. I know that they're going to. That's a good question. I don't know if they stream their stuff live. They probably have the Zoom link on that site somewhere, and you can probably call into it and listen in. But yeah, that's happening, I think, right now. So Smitty, good luck, man. You're a brave man doing an ESSB presentation to the club, knowing all and well that you're going to get a lot of pushback on that. So good luck.
Yeah, I saw the comment from last night. I must have gave up 10 minutes before you guys decided to come out here and play. I said, man, there ain't nothing on the radio. I'm just going to go to bed. I woke up this morning, and it was probably about 20 or so minutes after I shut everything off that the stream started. But anyway, I saw the guy's comment about parking the Hummer 3 spaces wide just so everybody can look at it. And I had all kinds of comments. It's probably a good thing I didn't hear that one live last night.
Well, that was the live comment in the form of a chat. Who's the Alpha station? Alpha 7, India, November. I think I got it. You have James here in Idaho. What's the call? Whiskey Sugar 7 Kilo, WS7K near Boise.
Okay, yeah, I've heard it before, and I got it written down here. So, yeah, I just wanted to chime in and just say,
very good evening. You're about 10 over S9 here.
oh, big deal. Yeah, you're about the same here. Could go much be bad tonight. Reasonably decent shape, but doesn't matter.
Copying him, Brian? Or Ryan, I should say. I'm sorry. I keep calling you Brian.
Oh, that's all right. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I am copying him. I've got him just over S9 into Fernley, Nevada. Oh,
Has a good signal in SoCal, about 10 over.
How much power are you running and what type of antenna? Oh, that's right. I remember your voice. I don't remember the call, but I do remember your voice and your off-center fin.
I don't really get out here that much during the workday. I'm a cruise rider, so I get about this time I'm half asleep, so I figured I'd kind of hang out here a little bit to see if anybody would show up.
This would be the watering hole. Don't have any blowouts, Craig.
Yeah, so far so good, man. It's solid for me too. So I think we got a winner here, at least until we have enough bias some time until Richie can integrate the Russian code and then release his version. That'd be great. But like you said in Discord there, it may be a couple months, I think, before he gets around to doing that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to integrate anything we have in this version. I think all he's going to do is fix some TCI stuff, and then, or make it better at least. And then on top of that, add the new pure signal code without vibe coding it. He'll do it by hand.
Well, that's interesting. I prefer. I would like it if he could somehow get this really super clean pure signal waterfall stuff in there, and the high resolution waterfall. I mean, those are great features.
Oh yeah, you're preaching to the choir about that. But I don't know. I don't see that happening. I will say, if this version maintains its stability like it has been for the past 20 minutes, I may just use it.
Yeah, you know, with Ether now making inroads to do a support for the Anon, and there's some other packages out there. I think, honestly, man, it's going to just be a matter of time before Thetis gets outdated, because the technology is, over 10 years old at least, the tech stack it's on and that. So it's just, it's just the shelf life is eroding every day with AI and the latest stuff. So I'll probably use it until something else has diversity. But once there's another piece of software that has diversity, I'll probably switch over to it, because it is getting outdated.
Ryan, does that version of Ether you're on there, does that let you change how the waterfall looks in terms of like granularity and resolution?
Not that I'm aware of. It doesn't. I don't know though. I mean, I am so new to this, learning all of this stuff. So it doesn't. I think it's just whatever the display is what it gives it.
Let me see, it must be matching your resolution on the monitor or scaling it some way, who knows. But that'd be a feature I'd be interested in looking up.
If you look at the Ether, the version of Ether that someone just posted a screenshot right now in chat, it looks like the waterfall is the same resolution as the old Thetis. It's not the enhanced, but it looks like it does similar waterfall resolution as the old version of Thetis.
That's a good benchmark starting point. It says it does have diversity, Craig.
Ether has diversity? Okay. All right. Well, hey, I'll check it out once it comes out for the Anon.
I did not know that it had that either. And I'm on 26.8.2, which I believe is the most current that they've got.
Yeah, the 88 SA guy in the chat there, he's like light years ahead of whatever the normal release is, I would imagine.
And Kiwi diversity. How does that work? Because we all know the SDRs there's some latency there. So is Ether smart enough to somehow mix the diversity from Kiwi with your local signal and get the timing right to where it sounds okay?
It installs a time machine, Craig.
Oh, it synchronizes automatically. Interesting.
So that must mean that on the local receive side, it adds latency to the receive, because that's also my understanding, Craig, is the Kiwis have like a good second, maybe even 2 second delay in some cases.
Yeah, exactly. But that's interesting technology, man. If just think about it, if you can get 4 or 5 different Kiwis all synchronized around the West Coast, James, you could have some awesome diversity. Even if it is a little bit 1 second latency, that could be very powerful.
Gee whiz, he says 200 milliseconds. Sign me up for that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of curious. 88SA, is it just one Kiwi, or can you synchronize multiple Kiwi sites all on the same frequency and do super diversity?
I'm with you, Craig. If they can get that rolling for the Anon, I think Thetis's days are numbered.
I mean, Thetis has got above all others, right? So many features and options in it. It's going to take a while for the other ones to catch up. But as long as Aether and those guys have the main features that you care about, and all these little like edge case. Oh, I just had a blowout there. All these little edge case scenarios that no one cares about. I'm okay to not have those options.
And I don't have that yet, and it seems like most people don't. So I believe that these guys are beta testing stuff that we just don't have yet, because I don't even know where to look for. I got the MIDI mapping and stuff like that, but I'm not sure about wherever the rest of the stuff is. I don't think it's out in the public yet.
I'm sorry, Craig, but Ryan sharded all over your signal there. Hardcore, in fact. Maybe try that again. But Ryan, I did copy everything said there.
I was just saying I'm okay. I'm okay if Aether and these other new options don't have every single setting, right, that Thetis has, because Thetis has so many options and settings. As long as these new software packages have the mainstream, the main settings that most people care about, options, that's all I'm interested in, really.
I hear that.
Oh, wait a minute. I found what we were looking for on the receive sync for the Kiwi stuff.
Holy crap! Did you see that screenshot, James? That's it's the Kiwi is only 150 milliseconds delayed from the real receiver, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's outstanding. It's really nice.
I don't know how to turn it on, though. I'm not... Man, I need to get some tutorials on YouTube so I can learn how to use all my radio.
Let's see, that's KK7GWY. He's in Sandpoint. Oh, cool. Sandpoint. Nice. I'm in Meridian.
And KK7GWY, is it possible for you to transmit, or what's the situation there? Can you do any RF? Okay, cool. He doesn't have any antennas up yet, but hopefully he'll get them up soon, and we can he can join in the fun and rag you out here along with the other ESSB guys.
Lightning is sort of settling down.
George, are you still in there? I don't know. I haven't heard George for a while. Hopefully we didn't put George to sleep.
No, I'm still here, just shifting things around a little bit. So Thanks for letting me know I'm still around here and you're still listening for me. But yeah, still here.
Oh wow, we've got a real celebrity in the chat. The creator of the Ether SDR is here in the chat. Jeremy, what is it? KK7GWI. Well, good evening, sir. Thank you for making my Flex radio worth having.
Yeah, I'll second that motion. It's nice listening to Ryan not have the bubbles.
100%. Thank you from the heart of any Flex owner out there that tries to do ESSB. No longer having those bubbles and artifacts in the audio is a lifesaver.
Yeah, Flex Radio should have him on the payroll, so, paying him to do this to keep their radios worth having.
And just like that, someone's right in the passband.
Yeah, because there was no way he could hear us, right? We're all over the West Coast. All of us are making big signals, and I'm sure he couldn't hear that the frequency was in use.
No way. Not with the geographical spread of where those signals are originating.
Yeah, George is on George, you're on a non 7000 MK2, is that correct?
I don't know where it's at.
That's correct.
Turn it on to sync it up.
You are correct, sir.
All right, someone's just wondering. So Ryan, I don't know if those features that they're talking about, if you actually have full access to those, or if those are like new beta features that are going to be released for the diversity. But the Kiwi diversity, man, that's pretty awesome. I don't think I've heard anyone do that before. I think this is like new technology. I don't know, James, have you heard any other software, including Zeus? I don't think Zeus does that, does it?
If I'm not mistaken, Thetis has a third-party module. I forget what it's called. I've seen it. I just saw it 2 days ago, in fact. You're able to run the Kiwi and it syncs up with Thetis somehow, but it's been done, at least on the Thetis side of the fence.
Copy that. All right. Well, I've never heard too much about it, but good to hear that it's going to be much more mainstream here in the near future. Looking forward to playing around with that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well, because when it goes long and I can hear you guys north and south, but can't hear anybody here in Nevada or over to Sacramento. I'm hoping that'll solve that problem. That'd be real nice. That'd be real nice to be able to just have one set of headphones on with one screen up and be able to hear everybody. That's game changer.
And what are you guys calling that? You guys should come up with a really good name for that feature there. Definitely name that feature, because that's going to be a very important feature for many people out there. I'm not sure. Do you guys have a name for it already? Auto magic. Okay, interesting.
Suppose the generic moniker for it could be Kiwi Link.
Call it like Kiwi Magic or Kiwi. I guess it could be done of any SDR maybe, or is it just only Kiwis?
No, the Kiwis are on a known protocol, so I can see why it would be easy to, once you get one hooked up, you can just type the address of another one in there.
very interesting. It may be necessary to get more channels out so more people can log in, because if people are using multiple receiver sites, they'll tie up a few people will tie up more spots. So hopefully there'll be more spots available.
That's a good point.
No excuse.
Yeah, each Kiwi can have, I think, up to 5. Well, I don't know. It depends, but I think Mark CCA up in Big Bear, he's got a Kiwi, and I think it can have up to 5 concurrent user sessions. So I'm sure the other ones, the bigger ones like Half Moon, can have way more than that. But at least the default stock run-of-the-mill Kiwi box, I think it has 5 concurrent sessions.
Wow, are you guys looking at this? So he's saying that it's just automatic. Or I'm sorry, he said auto magic. I like that term better. You don't even turn it on. It's auto-enabled when you ANT and Kiwi slices are turned to the same frequency. So I got to figure out how to turn a Kiwi slice on, I guess. So anyway, and then it says you can run up to 1 antenna plus 7 Kiwis at the same time.
Wow, that's powerful. Imagine that, George. That could be a lifesaver for you, George. That way you just have a couple of your go-to Kiwi SDRs configured as slices in Ether, and all of a sudden, just like magic, the audio comes streaming through.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'd be happy to give it a try. I mean, what I have now works pretty well, but I'm kind of limited to West Coast, Midwest areas. So, but that's who I mostly talk to. But advances in technology are always interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if Jeff is out there listening yet, but he's going to hear stuff like this, and the next thing you know, he's going to have another Flex radio.
No, I think that bridge is burned.
I think Jeff will wait for his Apache Labs and none to be able to run that Ether software. But the thing about Flex,
the networking, you got to admit the networking of the Flex is definitely superior. So, but I don't know if that bridge is completely burned. I'm sure it's scorched though. But he's mentioned it a couple of times just this week, and it's simply because of the Ether software. So I'm not going to put words in his mouth, of course, but yeah, who knows? It could be something. These guys, Jeremy's his name. They've definitely, and of course they got a lot of help out there too, but they've definitely, I mean, I was fed up with it because the effects just look so old and so horrible. I saw all the YouTube videos with the radios like you guys have with the Anons and whatnot, and I was like, man, I want my stuff to look cool. And well, here now it looks cool, it works good, and I don't have to pay $200 a year or something like that to get features right away.
oh yeah, and you're right. Flex does have the remote thing down pretty good, so that part of it is for sure. So we'll have to see though, especially if Jeff ends up moving, back out to the East Coast. He's gonna have to have some type of remote station because he's gonna miss us. He's gonna want to chat to us, so he'll figure out some remote station on the West Coast, and well, I'm sure we'll still talk to him.
Yeah, we can't miss Jeff too much, a part of our community. In fact, I think we ought to just deny his application to leave the state.
Yeah, for anyone that's interested, the biggest, until recently, right? Until some guys figured out how to compress the TCI networking stuff, the biggest issue that Anon has is the bandwidth it takes up to run the Anon remote. So there's technologies out there, there's middle software now that takes the TCI networking protocol, the networking packets, and compresses them so that you don't need as much bandwidth. But as of right now, it's just the bandwidth that Thetis takes up to run remotely. It's just really, it's not built for a remote client.
flying out early, unfortunately, but we're going to go watch the rest of that Reacher drop 3 episodes on the same day, and we only watched the first one. So we got 2 more to go. We're going to get shot down on that tonight. You all take care and have a good WS7K.
All right, copy that, James. Have a good evening, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out for a little bit here.
7-3 is James. Always a pleasure to run into you. If you chat to your dad, say hello from us and hope he's well. And look forward to catching him on the extra portion at some point. KJ6L8.
Oh, he can operate here in the extra as a guest operator next week. How about that, George?
Hey, that would be great. That might give him the encouragement he needs to just go ahead, sit down, and just get through it.
Yeah, some real airtime in the extra band. That'll be fun. You know, next week, he'll be here Sunday, I guess, through next weekend or something like that. But stay tuned for Scott here in extra. WS7K, I'm out.
7-3s.
7-3s. Have a good one. We'll catch you later. And because it's been a while, N7RMK.
And N6MUD, San Diego, live streaming.
Why?
I heard somebody in there. Mike Sierra standing by. Well, sit down, relax, and pull up a chair. Come on in.
Yeah, you guys coming in loud and clear. Always glad to catch you on the YouTube channel and on the radio. So it's working good tonight.
Good evening. Hey, Craig, are you getting a lot of people logged into your YouTube channel?
Yeah, quite a few. I mean, right now I think we've got like 70 to 20 concurrent, but sometimes we get up to, the most I've ever seen it is 60 concurrent users. So I don't know. We'll see, George, on a Friday night. We should get a few, but I'm getting a lot of hits on the website from all around the world. People, that's where I can really nail down is n6mud.com. I don't know, thousands of hits over the last week. So it's been pretty cool seeing the various countries that are trying to look at the stream and check it out.
Oh, that's so cool. Are they listening to live broadcast and delayed tape replay, or is it all live?
It's both. So, I think the biggest night we had was right before I went to New Zealand. That was 1,000 viewers viewed the stream live. But then once the stream was over, over the period of a couple of weeks, we had about an extra 500 people view the recording. So that's kind of how it works. So typically you have, say, 400 people view the stream live. You have a couple hundred view it outside of the live streaming, in the future or whatever, once it's done.
That's amazing. It's so cool. Well, I'll take the opportunity to say hello, world, and welcome to ESSB. Nice to have you listening. KJ6LA SoCal.
Well, I didn't get on yesterday, so I didn't report. Yesterday, we had some excitement around here. I can't remember what time it was, probably about 2:30. All of a sudden, all the phones start going off, and we had a tornado warning. That was interesting.
That's kind of rare, huh? It's kind of random. You know what's kind of weird about that also is JR came on and said he got evacuated because of fires twice. So interesting weather and fire situation in Nevada.
We doubled. Go ahead.
I was just saying interesting weather because JR came on yesterday and said he got evacuated twice due to fires. So interesting tornado fire weather in Nevada.
Oh yeah. He must be over probably on the Reno side of the fire. It's on the mountains that are between here and Sparks, Silver Springs area, and where I'm at. and we're probably about 15-ish miles away from where the fire was, and they're getting contained finally on the south end, which is where we are, and then on the other side of the mountain, the fire is much bigger. So, yeah, we've definitely had a couple weeks there of really hot weather, and then the fires broke out, and I think some of the rain finally helped them out a little bit. So hopefully they get that stuff contained and done with. I know the wind is supposed to kick back up, so that's never good with the fires. So, but yeah, we've been dealing with wildfires, evacuations nearby, and then the tornado warning. And a couple months back, we were having earthquakes. It seemed like every other day. And so now all we need is just a volcano warning, and we'll have the trifecta.
Yeah, right. Who would have ever known that Nevada's weather would have been so active? That's crazy.
Yeah, the tornado warning ended up being nothing. I mean, the storm was severe. They did have funnel clouds that have been reported in potential pictures, but yeah, it dissipated. The storm itself dissipated before it got here, but it looked like it was going to be a real wild ride for a little bit there, and then it just dissipated and kind of just fizzled out to nothing. And then there was some storms in the area of last night, but as far as my town goes, we didn't really get any.
Copy that. I'm just trying to fix our chat sync. It broke. Rick, give me a second here. N6MUD, San Diego. But I got to tell you there, Ryan, when you get like smoke and fire and all that stuff, does it like impact you guys driving and that? Do you ever have to like stop driving because of the smoke or the fire danger? Have you ever had any stuff like that happen?
No, it hasn't been thick enough for us to worry about. I mean, heck, we drive in the fog, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the only thing it affects is it plugs my nasal system. Gets all plugged up, and I get headaches and stuff. I can't stand the smoke on that side of it, but as far as the job goes, no effect at all.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I know out here they close roads down and all types of stuff. It is probably way way worse out here in California than out in the smaller towns where you're at.
Oh, well, no, in that case, yeah, they did. They closed down 395, was closed down for quite a while. Going from Reno to Honolulu Junction. That was closed for quite a while, and they closed a few of the state routes around here, around Pyramid Lake for the fire. I believe everything's reopened now, but, oh yeah, no. In the case that the visibility goes down like that, yeah, they absolutely close the roads.
Gentlemen, I'm going to have to, speaking about JR being evacuated, I'm being evacuated to bed. So I have to take off, get my schedule kind of the same. But good to hear you all. Have a wonderful evening. Brian, nice to meet you. 7-3s to you. And Craig, always have a wonderful evening. Hopefully catch you in the days to come. From Southern California, this is KJ6LA near Los Angeles. Good night, all.
All right, George. Hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Get some sleep there. Maybe we'll catch you on the air over the weekend sometime. Have a good evening from N6MUD, San Diego.
Hey, George, nice meeting you tonight. And I thought you said Brian, so if not, it's Ryan with an R. No big deal. We'll get it all worked out. Good hearing you out there, and can't wait to hear from you again. N7RMK.
Yeah, 7-3s. I thought I was saying Ryan, and if I said Brian, I apologize. But I meant Ryan. Got it written down here. Anyway, have a good evening.
Roger that. You too, see ya.
All right, Codex.
Hopefully Smitty's not covered in tomatoes right now.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, man. I don't know what time it's supposed to. I think he said 7:45. That was his time there. So, and it's about he said about 15, 20 minute. Was it more than that? Maybe I can't remember. So maybe the damage is already done. Maybe he's done with his presentation. Who knows?
Yeah, then he's got to stick around and answer questions and make appearances. So we probably won't hear him tonight, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he will come. Sometimes he comes on later in the evening when he has his club meeting. But I think they also do testing too. Maybe, I don't know. And we're working with AI here to fix the broken chat. Sounds like we broke some limits here, so we're adjusting some of the limits between Google and the APIs and that. So hopefully we'll get the chat fixed here. Syncing between YouTube and n6med.com.
Alrighty, sounds good. Who else do we got left out here?
K0MAD.
I heard a K0MAD. You were kind of light, but I could hear you in there.
Yeah, man's not very nice tonight. Kilo Echo Zero, Mike Alpha Delta. Sean over here in Missouri. Good evening.
Oh, man, Missouri. Boy, oh boy, I didn't know my radio would talk that far. Well, good deal. Good evening to you.
Yeah, we'll stick around a little bit and listen. Yeah, like I said, the band's not that great tonight. A lot of big static crashes. Of course, it's been pretty hot over here. And some close storms, too, so... Yeah, it's sounding good over here in Missouri. K0MAD.
Well, good deal. Well, I've got you about a 10 over 9. I'm in Ferndale, Nevada, which is very close to Reno, about 30 miles east of Reno. So, got you over here. We're just running a flex radio and about 700 watts. Dipole antenna is about 25 foot off the ground. So, I don't know how you're hearing me exactly, but tell me what you're running over there.
Yeah, I've got you also 10 over 9 there. I'm running a Hermes and about 1400 watts. And rotatable dipole up about 65 foot.
No, good deal, good deal. So I know Craig's working on the live stream there. I don't know if you're aware of that, but he broadcasts this out onto YouTube, and he's also got a web page that carries a live chat. So there's chat going on for people that are listening to us on the internet. You can check all that out at N6MUD, November 6, Mike Uniform Delta .com. And check all that out and see. You can hear yourself and everything else. Let's see if Craig's done with that, if he's copying you.
Yeah, I'm pretty much almost done here. So yeah, I copy you there, K0MAD. I'm in San Diego. I've got you at about an S9 to 5 over 9. So good signal out here on the West Coast. Over.
Yeah, very good, Craig. Yeah, you're also at 5.9 plus 5, exactly the same over here in Missouri. Well, hey, sounding good over here. I'm going to sit back and listen while I'm doing some office work back here. Everybody sounding pretty good through all the static crashes I got. K0MAD.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if the chat's up and running here. I mean, the chat's running in both systems, but it's just not syncing. Looks like it's not fixed. So I'll be, I don't know, Ryan, who else is out here right now, but I'm going to be working on this in the background here, just because I can only really diagnose this live when the stream's up and running. So I got to do it right now. But anyway, hopefully there's some more activity out there. Anyone else out there listening, like KE0MAD, he was in chat. He came in and now he's live on HF. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. Maybe they're all out there with their significant others, or still winding down from that rough week at work. I've had several days off, so I didn't work yesterday or today. So we're back to the, I'm going to end up with a 5-day vacation out of this. So, yeah, I've just been kicking back, relaxing. Anyway, yeah, if there's anybody else out there, jump in. N7 RMK, Ferndale, Nevada.
Looks like the limits don't reset to tomorrow. So we made some code changes here, but the limits are exhausted, so the limits don't reset until tomorrow. So So no more syncing of chat there. Sorry about that, guys. The little growing pains here, but we'll get it fixed. So next time we stream, we'll actually hopefully it'll last longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So anyway, so. But yeah, Ryan, I'm not sure what Jeff's up to. Maybe Jeff's decided to take some time off the radio. I know he's been out here quite a lot this week, and maybe decided to take a break and hang out with Mom this evening out there in Fallon. So, but typically he is out here on Fridays. So, but maybe not this Friday.
I suppose we will just have to wait and see.
And welcome there, K89Q, monitoring from San Diego. So basically, yeah, you're in San Diego. I'm in San Diego. I'm in Tierra Center. I think I've talked to you before. Maybe not, but another local San Diego operator monitoring on the stream there. So, but yeah, so Ryan, it sounds like there's a lot of good features in Ether worth investigating. So hopefully once I know Ether's supporting the Hermes Light now, beginning beta support of that platform. But hopefully when it's ready for the Nun, I'll be jumping in to try and do some testing and make sure everything works and we can test the stability. The only thing I don't think Ether has is adaptive predistortion. I could be wrong. Hopefully it does have adaptive predistortion. So because the adaptive predistortion is a little bit different than how Flex does it. So, that's all about the whole digital net, and hopefully they can integrate that as part of the next, some of the features coming up. So it'll allow us to do brick wall pure signal.
Yeah, see, I don't have that either. I don't have the adaptive predistortion. That's not available on the 6400. So I don't have that feature at all. But Jeff was mentioning that even not having that, he was pretty impressed with how well mannered this is. It stays within its limits pretty good. So I can only imagine it would be better, of course. But yeah, I don't have that. I don't have that feature because this radio doesn't have that feature.
Yeah, KK7GWY says coming soon. Cool. That's awesome. Good to hear. Yeah, Flex doesn't do adaptive. Even that Aurora, it does adaptive predistortion, but that's the only one. I don't think the other models officially supported predistortion. I know they did two-tone, but they didn't necessarily have the hardware to do true adaptive predistortion. So I could be wrong of that though. But good to hear that it's coming soon. That's awesome.
Now, is that something coming soon that all that software will be in the Ether, or is that coming soon for the radios that already have it built in?
I took that as it's coming soon for Ether to support that on adaptive predistortion for the nuns. I don't, like I say, I don't think your radio has the hardware to support it.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, he just clarified that soon for Hermes and Protocol 2 radios.
Yeah, but you're right, Ryan. I'm looking at your signal on the scope here, and it's very clean. So, yeah, even though you don't officially have adaptive predistortion, Ether is doing a good job at managing that there. So, yeah, it's really clean.
Well, that's good. That helps out a lot with keeping things out of the shack. I've done everything that I can. I don't have any RF problems, knock on wood. So hopefully it stays that way. And it is so cool having Jeremy in the chat. So that way, I mean, we're getting live and direct questions to the man himself. It's kind of a privilege, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I want to thank Steve too, because Steve was the one that I probably introduced Jeremy to us there. So 88 SA, thanks for all your efforts too. Also, that what you're doing with Ether. So can't wait to talk to some of you guys on the air eventually. I don't know if we'd ever get conditions that good to be able to to work RF, but maybe on another band or something. But anyway, thanks for everyone's efforts in doing all of the work for some of these new software platforms. It's pretty amazing to see the leaps and bounds and how quickly this is all evolving, because a lot of it's obviously because of AI and vibe coding and codecs and Claude and all that stuff. So good to see that that we're taking advantage of these latest technologies in AI.
Yes, absolutely, and I second that with Steve as well. That's yeah, he's been instrumental. Definitely appreciate it. Then I just gotta wait for somebody to put up the Ether SDR for Dummies YouTube videos, so even I can understand what's going on.
They need that for Thetis, man. Thetis is complicated. There's a huge learning curve for Thetis. I have a feeling Ether is going to be much simpler to learn than Thetis. I mean, it should be, because Thetis, it took me a while to learn, and dude, I'm still learning every day on Thetis.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So we're going to get an improved audio strip, and then this Kiwi diversity. That's going to be amazing. That's just going to be definitely an amazing thing. So I can't wait to see what else they dream up in the future.
Yeah, I heard a station, a very light station out there trying to get in. Can you try it again, that station? I couldn't make him out. Could you, Ryan?
No, I didn't hear anything at all, but it sounds like somebody might be tuning up, so maybe we're going to get somebody. But yeah, no, I couldn't hear him at all.
Lima Yankee Bravo, go ahead. Yeah, you're right at my noise level. Real tough copy there. What's your location? Where are you at? Over. Once again, the station out there, what's the location? Copy. If you're in Reno, Nevada, then something's going on. Either you're running QRP, something's going on, or are you mobile? Are you QRP? How much power? Copy 100 watts. It's tough copy, man. And typically this time of the night for Reno, Nevada, you should be much stronger. I'm a little concerned about what's the antenna? Oh, I heard the word vertical. Maybe that's it, because you're vertical. But very tough copy. You're very light. You're about, my noise is an S7, and your signal's probably an S6. So it's just a tough copy from me in San Diego. All right, I didn't catch any of that. So he's really close to you there, Ryan, and he's running 100 watts, I think, with a vertical. Makes it tough copy, at least down here.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him at all, so, and I'm doing about 700, 800 watts, something like that. So, yeah, figured you'd be able to hear him. Maybe it is the vertical thing. Those vertical antennas, they put out a much lower angle So the guys in Florida are probably got them about 20 over, but we can't hear them at all here.
Yeah, verticals are good for DXing, but that's about it. So, and probably good for diversity antennas as well. But yeah, it's horizontal for rag chewing, high angular radiation, wire antennas is where it's at.
I've got a vertical. I've got the the 5BTV 5-band trap vertical. It's built as a good antenna. I set it up in the backyard and I did all of the radials and I mean the whole smash. Everything that DX Engineering sold for it, I bought it probably a little over $1,000 into this antenna, and it did really good at picking up all the noise in the neighborhood and all that. And I don't know how well it did on talking, but I could not use it for receive at all. So maybe in an open field far away from everything it'd be great, but yeah, it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, they typically are a little bit more noisier. How many radios did you have on that antenna? Or did you? I'm assuming that antenna requires radios. Did you have a bunch of them, or did you have a couple?
Oh, I had a bunch. Good Lord, I probably had 30-something radios coming off of it, at varying lengths, because the way the yard was shaped. But long ones, short ones. But there was at least 30, if not more.
Copy that. Brandon, hopefully you got the email for the latest Thetis version. Anyway, hopefully you're installing that now. Yeah, so exactly, I was going to say there, Ryan, typically on those verticals, you got to have like 50 or so radios, and that 88SA confirmed that too. Diminishing returns doesn't happen until 60, so you're like halfway there, man. But that's having all those radios wouldn't have had any influence on the noise you're picking up. That's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I had half of them. Here, I got a picture. I'm sure I'll post it in the chat right quick. I say right quick, it's amazing how many photos you end up with in your phone.
Oh yeah, you can access the chat on your phone, right? Just go to n6mud.com, and the chat actually works pretty nicely on your phone, so you can actually pick photos directly from your phone and put them in the chat.
Yeah, copy that. That's how I've been doing it, is on the phone. When I come in here to the radio room, the computer just does radio. It's an old computer, so I don't want to task saturate it. So I'll sit here with my phone in my hand, and it works.
Oh, cool. That's a good deal. My issue is I've only got one monitor because I'm downstairs in the living room. I've got a big monitor. It's like a real nice Dell 4K monitor, 30 something inches, 31 inches. But I don't have space for another monitor, so that's why it'd be nice to have a separate monitor to drag, things onto the monitor to get them off the stream. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's I can get by, no problem.
Yeah, the next iteration of my shack, this desk is a corner desk. It's not ideal, but the next iteration of the shack's going to have a straight desk and 3 monitors. I think that's the sweet spot, would be 3 monitors.
Yeah, a lot of people like the super ultra curve wide monitors, but I don't know, man. I feel like when you've got a physical monitor, it's so much easier to drag windows and double click and separates things, than having one big huge monitor and having all these virtual regions and stuff. So I think you're onto something there, Ryan. Have 3 monitors, one big one in the middle, and then one off to the left and one off to the right. And I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and that way I can have the big monitor with just the radio on it, and then off to one side I can have the Ether audio channel strip up so I can watch what's going on there. And then on the third monitor, be able to pull up QRZ or Google searches as the conversation goes, or, however.
Oh, holy, yeah, that is a slew of radios there. How high off so that was ground mounted, and you said it's about, what, 20, the antenna itself is about 20 feet high, is that right?
Yeah, roughly about 20 foot tall there. So, and then the second image there in the snow, it didn't help anymore. It didn't change anything.
That's funny. And now you just have is it an off Santa Fe dipole? What's the antenna now?
No, the antenna now is store-bought, so it's an Alpha Delta DXCC. It's a fan dipole. It does 80 through 10 meters.
Oh yeah, I used to have one of those. This is cool. Does it have the coils on the end for 80, or does it have a separate full-size 80?
Yeah, exactly. It's got the coils on the end for 80, and the peak's at about 25 feet. So in the backyard there, it works. I had the bigger one, the LB, that had 160 on it at a house in Vegas. And that one worked great. And then I had this antenna, or this style antenna. When I was in Vegas, I had a 45-foot tower with a big beam on it, and then the peak of the dipole was at about 40 feet. And man, that really makes a difference when you can get them up there like that. But I do miss having. I had a what was it? It was a high gain TH6 DXX. So it had about, I want to say 10 dB of gain on 20 meters and 10 meters. It was fantastic. I loved it. Miss having a tower and a beam.
Oh yeah, N6MUD San Diego. So did you used to be like into DXing back in the day, or because I mean a lot of, like myself, I started out into DXing when I first got general. Is exciting, and then I got kind of burned out of it, and I don't like it anymore. But I'm kind of curious, those types of antennas, I'm assuming you're doing DXing a lot, right?
I've always kind of just done everything, DX, rag chew, whatever. And you know how you know how Smitty is, right? You can't just stop by and say, hi, I'm here, and all right, bye. I would do that with folks. I'd set up on 20 meters and put in the same amp, 800 watts in, 10 dB a gain. So you do the math on that. Just point it east across the country, and I'd start talking to people, and they'd want to get, no, well, what's going on where you're at? Tell me about what's going on. What's your station? This and that. And I'd sit there for hours upon hours, just rag chewing 20 meters across the country. And then if there was a contest going, I'd go through, maybe have a little fun with the contest. And other than that, when the DX was there, I'd shoot a little DX and have fun with that. I've always kind of just done it all.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's, these days when there's the big contests are on those weekends and that, I can my ears can only handle about maybe 20, 30 minutes of that crazy audio. Buzzsaw audio, man, it just gives me a headache. I guess we're so spoiled here doing ESSB. DX rolls around and all of a sudden I get a headache.
Yeah, that audio could be real shrill. It really gets to you. So I completely understand that. Yeah, I have fun with it, especially, before I had my DXCC and all that stuff and whatnot. It was fun on the contest weekends. You could really, cover some ground if you're chasing some paper, stuff like that. And And it got to the point where I got all the easy ones on the wire, and then got the beam and picked up some of the harder ones. And now, I mean, really, you just de-expeditions and stuff like that are really all you're going to do. I would have liked to have gotten a little more into the Middle East. The map is barren on my contacts for the Middle East, other than just a few. But I think that's just how it goes in general.
Oh yeah, man. I think I've only got like 1 or 2 contacts in the Middle East ever. Dubai and I think it was Dubai and some other country there, and that was it, man. And very rarely do you ever hear them. So I don't know. I think it's just where we're at. You know, it's tough for us to get in there because you don't hear them much, right? You don't hear Middle East stations very often on the West Coast here. So don't know what it is. I know the guys have radios there. It's just that for whatever reason, the propagation doesn't work out this way.
Yeah, it's just a long way. I mean, it's a long way. I think everything that we do from here in the Middle East is over the pole, so it makes it a little harder. You know, because I know the guys on the East Coast, they get it a lot. You know, they'll get into all of those countries quite a bit, but you know, us over here, you know, but we got the advantage on them. You know, if you want to talk to Japan, you know, Indonesia and places like that, you know, that makes it a lot easier. You know, but eventually, you know, how many JAs can you talk to?
Yeah, JAs, VKs, and ZL. So, yeah, you know, but once in a while, it's kind of cool to hear Fiji or even just some of the guys in their fishing boats and out in the Pacific. It's good. Yeah, 88 SA, Hawaii. Like for us, right? Hawaii is like you can do that almost on 100 watts easily. But for guys on the East Coast, Hawaii is quite an exotic location to get to.
Yeah, exactly. So I heard somebody else in there making Japan, America. Go ahead, station. Anyway, I just posted a picture. That was I can't remember when it was, last summer or something. When the Northern Lights were out, and went in the backyard, took a picture of the Northern Lights with the DX CC up there in the air.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember Jeff was telling me about that. The Northern Lights hitting Nevada. That's great. That's a cool photo.
Yeah, I took some really cool photos with the real camera just up the road up here by Pyramid Lake in the dark. It was pretty cool what you could see with your eyes. I could see some color, faint color, whites and a little bit of the reds, but down at the horizon it was just a solid green glow. But the camera really picked up a lot of what was going on. It was really cool.
Oh yeah, I noticed that in Alaska. I never really got to see the full effect of the Northern Lights, but sometimes you'd have a slight effect, and you could barely see it with your eyes. But then when you did a long exposure or just any type of, even a photo with your phone, the colors really pop. So that's cool. It'd be cool if you could post maybe a photo of one of those. I don't know where they're at, but if you could get that'd be cool. I want to see how that turned out, because it's kind of unusual for you guys to see the Northern Lights, right? That's not a normal thing.
No, it definitely is not a normal thing. So, yeah, I'm looking for them right now. Like I said, man, you'd be surprised how many photos you can end up with in your phone.
And good evening, K7UDX, who just joined chat. Just an update on chat. In the beginning of the live stream, I had the bidirectional sync working between n6mud.com and YouTube chat, but I had the polling set up too aggressively, and I ran out of API calls or something on the Google side. So now the chat's not syncing between the systems until tomorrow. So, but hopefully tomorrow it'll work fine. Oh, that's an amazing photo, man. That's impressive. Was that a long exposure, Ryan, or is that something? What type of exposure was that? It looks like it's kind of long based on the car and the lights on the highway and stuff.
Yeah, it was probably. It wasn't super long. maybe 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's crazy. How long did it last for? An hour or two, or did it last longer than that?
Oh, it went hours and hours and hours. It was really cool. I to the point where I was like, okay, I got to go home and go to bed. And then it happened again several months later, not that long ago, that it happened again. And I was driving on the way to a mine site in the work truck and could see it out the window. And that was way brighter than what I saw with my eyes this night. Really wish I could have got pictures of that, but I think as the solar cycle peaked, it really started throwing some stuff our way, and now probably it's just not going to happen again until probably the next time we get a major solar cycle.
Yeah, interesting. And by the way, Brandon, got the photo there of you getting it set up, and yeah, I see you got the same version of me of Thetis. So good job, looking good there, man. Yeah, so hopefully Windows will not break Windows Update doesn't break your PC moving forward, but that's a lot of work. Are you able to transmit, or what do you need to do to transmit there, Brandon?
Man, looking at that picture, I can't wait until they let us have the canvases, because the way he's got all that set up with all the different windows and stuff opened, he's going through the custom canvas. And so I saw a video on YouTube about that, and now seeing it here on his, I can't wait till they release that to us, because that's just so awesome, being able to move this stuff around.
Yeah, this is Thetis. This is Brandon and Thetis. But if they deploy that in Aether, that'd be awesome. If you can actually, like Thetis allows you to create containers, right, and then drag those containers and place them anywhere you want on the canvas for Thetis. If they do that in Aether, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, right now I can. All of them are pop-out windows, so you can pop them out. Everything's over on the right-hand side, and you can pop them out and move them around. But right now, that's all you can do. But they'll be able to. You can shrink down your main screen and then put your pop-ups wherever you want them, and make them larger and smaller. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I could see Aether becoming the go-to for Thetis replacement. So that's awesome to see that.
Yeah, these guys are putting a lot of work into it, and it's amazing. I'm really happy and thankful.
Copy that. Good evening, India. AK4EC, welcome back. I recognize the call sign. Thanks for coming back and listening to the stream.
And it's funny, I would have never downloaded this software if it wasn't for Jim. That night that he's, oh no, just do it. And Smitty, dude, you can do it. Fine, I'll try it.
Yeah, he was the first guy that I heard that was running it, and I think someone came into HRO and told him about it, and that's how he got word of it. So, good deal, man. Yeah, now it's spreading like wildfire. So it's good. Anything that's great innovation like that in the hobby, it does spread pretty good word of mouth because of the fact that people have transmitters, right? And you can transmit and talk about the software, and who knows how many people are listening. It could be 100 people listening. So it doesn't take long for good stuff in the hobby to spread, and and people adopt it.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I might have heard something either in your background or somebody else trying to get in. So, N7 RMK, Fernley, Nevada.
Yeah, N6 MUD. So, other than those northern lights, have you ever taken northern light shots outside of Nevada, like up in northern latitudes at all? I'm just kind of curious, Ryan. Do you ever have any other photos of those types of events?
No, that's the first time I've ever seen the Northern Lights ever. Well, I say that I've seen in Vegas one time many years ago. There was like these kind of weird filaments in the sky that turned out to be Northern Lights. But as far as actually seeing them like that, no, that's the first time. I have taken pictures of that comet that came by not that long ago, just from the front yard though. Long exposure on that right around sunset, but nothing spectacular.
Kilo 6 Hotel Papa Bravo.
HPV Don, Pine Grove, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Heard you guys out there. I was hoping I could get a signal check. I'm sure everything's fine. I just had to take my tuner apart and put it back together. So, but looking at all my meters here, it looks like everything's doing fine.
Yeah, you're 15 over 9 into San Diego. Typical loud, strong signal. Sounding good.
All right. Well, yep, thanks for that. I'm sure it was. Yeah, I just, one of the little beehive insulators on the back was wobbling around and giving me some trouble and doing some weird stuff. So took the thing apart and kind of went through everything and tightened everything, and I think everything's back to normal. So anyhow, you guys are sounding good as well up here in Northern California.
Awesome, Don. Well, I forget you're in Northern California, man. I always think you're out like in Southern Cal here, out towards like Redlands or something. But that's right, you are in Northern Cal. You're right, it's 15 to 20 over. Excuse me, if a strong signal. So, and no RF, just good. I mean, you don't have high fidelity audio, but you've got the audio that's good for breaking up pileups and and being heard out there. So, good job.
Yep. Well, thank you so much. So, yeah, I know. I know you're the ESSB guy. So, always sounding wonderful as always. So, anyways, thanks guys for letting me jump in there. So, KK6A HPB Don up here in Pine Grove. I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for letting me jump in there, guys.
All right, Don. Anytime, man. Stop by. Have a good evening. And I'm just watching that video that's playing right now that KK7GWI posted. Interesting. Well, that's impressive. Did you see that, Ryan?
Yeah, I just fired it up, watching it now.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Their KK7GWI, how you can you basically have there's no noise. It's just all audio, and it's coming through the Kiwi, and I guess it's merging the Kiwi signal with the live signal from your station. So that's impressive.
Yeah, that's incredible.
All right, I subscribe to the Ether SDR YouTube channel, so there you go. Good deal, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, and it's crazy because if you listen to it in stereo, and obviously he's got it set to where one slice is in the left and one slice is in the right, you can just barely hear that there's a bit of a delay, but it's such a minuscule delay that it, oh wow, that's incredible.
That's awesome, merging in Steve's work. So it sounds like pretty soon there, Ryan, you'll be getting a new update to test. So awesome. Yeah, you can start playing around with some of these new features that Thetis doesn't even have, man. This is quite a change of events here, because typically Thetis is the it's a gold standard of software for these radios, but looks like Ether's Ether's going to pass it up pretty soon here.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a game changer. I mean, 100% diversity with key. Well, it's game changer.
Yeah, the strong signal is my EcoFlow inverter. I run most of my house on battery between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. because of the power rates are lower. So that's those two lines, or those three lines in my waterfall, are just the inverter. So unfortunately, that's what I got to deal with. So I can mitigate some of it with my diversity, but not all of it. Let me bring this down a little bit here. So check out.
Catching up on the chat there after watching the video, and yeah, Jeremy, that was incredible. So the feedback as far as is just watching it, listening to it there is game changer. I mean, it's it literally makes my Flex 6400. It'll turn it into a much more expensive radio that would have dual receivers in it versus just the slices. And save me money on having to buy a more expensive radio. Saves money on having to have multiple antennas out in the yard that I don't have room for, and it allows the conversation to continue on as conditions change. So it's just a game changer. It really is. It's probably the most impressive thing I've ever seen done on a radio. That's coming from my very limited knowledge of how radios and all that stuff work. But yeah, that's I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I ditto that. By the way, the station looking at diversity here, check out my waterfall. I was able to null out that signal to the left here, and I'll turn diversity on and off here. Give me one sec. Okay, so diversity is on here. A little bit of you'll see to the left here, a little bit of a signal. If I shut it off, it's quite a difference in signal strength there. It's what? That's 68 dBm. Drops it down, I don't know, to 76, so a bit over 12 dB. It's still not perfect, but it's definitely not, it's definitely could be worse, that's for sure. Put the volume back up. So kind of a quiet night out here this evening there, Ryan. Smitty's not out here, Jeff's not out here. So interesting conditions. The conditions are okay. They're not the best, but definitely making the most of it, that's for sure.
Yeah. I was thinking, man, it's not great for your stream. All you ended up with was me, and I really never have really that much to add, really. So, but yeah, trying to carry it for you a little bit.
Oh no, man, it's fun. I don't really care about the activity on the stream. I just want to get out and have fun on the radio, and whoever listens. I'm not trying to monetize it or make any money off this. Just trying to get the good word out there about ESSB and the benefits of running wide, and there is a purpose, and for 1 out of 10 people who run across us, maybe it'll convince them to go down the rabbit hole. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, a good recruiting device, and it's cool. And it's, I kind of think it's funny. Like last night, that guy talking about, parking your car, and yeah, Smitty said you could kind of take that either way, but no, I kind of took it the way I felt that it was meant. That here you guys are out here taking up space that you don't need to take up. And I'm thinking to myself, you look across the band, and there's so much room. There's just so much room. It ain't hurting anybody, and that's the biggest thing. Is like, okay, you don't want to participate. That's awesome. That's what the VFO's for. Push the button and move on. But it's not like we're hurting anybody. So the people that have that kind of an attitude towards it, I just don't understand.
A lot of them are old school, so. But you're right. I mean, look at this evening. Earlier this evening, there's quite a bit of activity on the band. Yesterday, there's quite a bit of activity on the band around 7 or 8 o'clock. But this time of the night on 40, the band kind of dies and there's no activity. So, going 6 wide, there's no damage being done. Now, when there's a contest going on, I don't run wide when there's a contest going on, because there's so many people trying to get in there. And I don't want to monopolize all the bandwidth when contests are going on. So it's operate wisely. Operate, kind of. If you treat people right, then hopefully they'll treat you right when it comes to you operating wide.
Yeah. Obviously, we wouldn't move in next to a net, and like you said, the contest and stuff like that. So. I don't know. I enjoy it. It sounds good. I enjoy that part of it. Everybody sounds good. It's not hard to listen to at all. And really been enjoying having the cans on tonight. The headphones really make it a completely different experience. I kind of do wish there was more people on, but earlier, even when it was busy, you hear all the little nuances and everything. It's just it's a much better experience. I look forward to doing this more often with the headphones on.
Yeah, if you get a decent pair of headphones, and talk to Jeff, he's got quite a few different. Jeff, and also another headphone guru is George. Both of those guys have a bunch. I just have a set of Bose headphones that I use that do pretty good. So, but other guys have their choice, and the biggest thing is that you want headphones that are flat, that don't introduce any EQing into the headphone, because once you do that, then all of a sudden all of that EQing that the guy took huge amounts of time to do kind of gets, negated by, a headphone that tries to add bass or treble or whatever. So that's the only thing I do is try and make sure that the headphones are flat.
Yeah, and I have no idea what these are. They're a radio sport headset that's designed for plugging into the side of your computer. It's got a microphone on it and all that. So yeah, it looks like I'll be in the market for a set of headsets, maybe something a little more comfortable too. Having these on all night, they're starting to get that tight feeling on my head, if that makes any sense.
That's the problem with some of these headphones, man, is that the pressure that you talked to Jeff about this. He had a pair of headphones that would just, after a couple of hours, he'd get a headache from them. And he even took them out and tried to, expand them out and, basically loosen them up so they wouldn't hurt his ears and his head. But he couldn't get them to feel comfortable. So, but yeah, Sony MDR 7506. I've heard of those as well. Those are flat, pretty much. So, K4IBC, thanks for that recommendation. But yeah, before you go out and buy a pair, Ryan, just talk to a couple of the ESSB guys, and they can point you in the right direction as to forget about the comfort side of it. It's just the technical side. You look at the EQ curve on the headphones, on the specs, and hopefully it's flat. And there's some that work better than others.
Yeah. See, I was even going to ask Jeff about in-ear monitors. I've got a lot of experience with in-ear monitors. I don't have my own set, but I used to do the soundboard for our church was a big, literally, like you see on the videos of a studio and stuff like that. So used to use in-ear monitors, and those were always good. I've always found earbuds to be more comfortable than over the ears, but yeah, I'll look into these Sonys. But yeah, I'll definitely give Jeff a holler on that. I know he had a pair, I think they were Sonys, that he brought over when we were setting up the audio on this originally, and of course they sounded good. But I think those were his go bag setup, not the ones he uses at the house probably.
Yeah, he's got his go bag that he takes when he goes remote. So, but good deal. I haven't really gone out and purchased a dedicated set of headphones for ESSB. I just happen to have these Bose, and I looked them up, and they're not I do have wireless noise canceling Bose as well, the high-end ones for traveling, in planes and that. But these are actually corded Bose, and they sound pretty good. So sometimes you don't want to put the cans on. You just want to listen to audio out of the speakers. So it's all about what you're trying to accomplish, how much background noise you have. When my AC turns on, it's kind of noisy, so I'll put the headphones on, and I'll even turn on noise canceling if needed. But for the most part, it makes a huge difference for me.
Yeah. Well, once I get the optimal station set up, we'll have a nice sounding outboard system as well. So that way, when you're not physically at the radio, you can listen to it while you're doing other stuff and have it sound good still. So, and then some sound deadening in the room. I noticed earlier when I had the Flex radio allows you to do the full duplex, so you can actually hear exactly what you sound like over the air using a receive antenna. And I've got a loop on the ground antenna that I was using for the receive antenna, and then turned it down to about a watt because the dipole's right over the top of it. But the room, I could hear the echo of the room. I could hear the fan on the repeater behind me. I could hear the fan on my amplifier. All these things that I can hear with my ear, I didn't have any idea was coming into the microphone. So, and the echoiness of the room and everything. So, and there's a lot that can be done just on that stuff for your audio. Is just the environment that you're in. I'm looking forward to working on that as well. So, and Steve, I joined the Ether Discord now, so I'll be able to check that stuff out. Thanks for the invite.
Oh yeah, that's cool though that you can put it in full duplex mode like that. I'm not. I've never done so. So Thetis has a monitor function, but it's always delayed. It's like a latency. I don't think. I have to check it out. I know that you can. There's a setting in Thetis to disable your second receiver when you're transmitting. For various reasons, you don't want to get a bunch of RF back in there. But I'll have to see if I put a secondary antenna, like a stubby antenna, if it would allow me to monitor myself. That's interesting, and maybe there'd be a lot less latency. So I'll have to check that out. But I've never heard of anyone doing that on Thetis. So interesting. Shout out to Rebel Tiger, said that he works third shifts in a giant warehouse and he listens to us all the time. So hey man, happy to hear that you're enjoying it, and yeah, just keep on listening, and hopefully you'll learn something, and maybe, just maybe, one day you'll take a test and become an amateur radio operator. So good deal there, Tiger. And Roger on that there, Greg Oldham, listening through the Kiwi SDR. So good to hear that you can hear us on the Kiwi SDR out of Washington State. Good deal. N6MUD, San Diego, live streaming.
I hope he's listening to us at the full 6K audio. N7RMK, Fernley, Nevada. Yeah, Greg, on the Flex radio, what you do is I'm not sure if you're familiar, but when we open another slice, it's like opening up a second receiver. Even though it's on my radio, it's not an actual receiver. It's just still listening to the same single chip. But anyhow, so you open up a second slice, and you turn on the full duplex mode, and that's exactly what it does. It allows the receiver to stay open when you key up versus it shutting down. So that's why you do it at low power. And yeah, it's zero latency because it's live. You're listening. You turn the volume, the receive volume off on your transmit slice, and leave it on the receive slice, and you can listen to it. Now, you can also record live off the air. I'm not sure if it's actually recording live off the air or not, but I was being able to hear the changes that I was making in real time on the Ether channel strip. So that's how I knew that I had at least done something, and hoped that it sounded the same way over the air, which it did. Obviously, from our discussions earlier tonight, it brought in, made it to where I can be heard better. I noticed something new that I hadn't noticed before. I don't know how long it's been there. It's actually got a key down clock up there now that tells me that I've now been keyed up for 1 minute and 27 seconds.
It's like a repeater. Let's give Mr. WB1G Smitty a shout out. He's heading home from his amateur radio meeting, and hopefully he actually did some goodwill there and got some people interested in ESSB. So Smitty, real quick, I know you're driving. I don't want you to get distracted, but hopefully, how did it go? A lot of adversity. Did people embrace ESSB at your ham radio meeting, or what's the consensus there, Smitty? Everyone's wanting to know. N6MUD.
Did you have to put a towel down in the truck so you didn't get the tomato juice all over the place?
Anyway, I'm sure he's going to reply when he gets a chance there. But yeah, we've got 32 people actively listening on the stream, probably quite a few people listening through RF. So thanks for everyone listening to the ESSB Audio Outlaws this evening. Hopefully we can get a few more active and coming out to live on the air and listening to us on the air and transmitting on the air. So, yeah, I understood, Smitty. You're on I-80. I don't want you to be too distracted there, but maybe we'll find out tomorrow night how Smitty's presentation went. Maybe that's the cliffhanger for this evening.
Yeah, that'll be tonight's cliffhanger. And thanks for the flowers there, Smitty. I did work on the audio very little, but I adjusted a couple of things, and made it sound better to my ears, so I'm glad it sounds better out there. And it's funny, every time he says boom, 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 and he'll get this reference. I don't know about if you will or not, Greg, but every time he says boom, 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 all I can think in my head is boom, boom, boom. Everybody say way-o, way-o. Every time he says it, that plays in my head.
Oh, that song, huh? That catchy song back in the late 90s or something?
Yeah. It was definitely an earworm, and it would stick in your head. So every time he says that, that's all I can think. We're getting low on his subwoofers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no doubt. I've always when I play the stream back, depending on what I'm listening to, if I'm playing it back in my car, oh yeah, all the pops, all my P's, I can hear all that stuff. But then when I'm listening to the stream on my AirPods or on my Apple on my phone, you don't get as much of that lows and that. So, it's all about how you listen, how you play back the stream, and what you listen to. It really does make a big difference, and if you have headphones on or if you're just listening through your speakers. So, but that's the power of ESSB. And shout out to the UK. What is that? M0DSK out there in the UK. Thanks for stopping in, and hopefully you can hang out and listen. And maybe, just maybe, if the conditions are right, one of these days, maybe you could hear us through the RF. I doubt it though. UK, nah, we're not up that late into the night until where the UK opens up on 40 meters. But anyway, thanks for listening there, M0DSK, N6MUD, San Diego.
Yeah, I saw that pop up. We're going to be, the Audio Outlaws are going to be world famous before we know it.
Yeah, I use Cloudflare to host n6mud.com, and it's got quite a bit of analytics. And I'll have to give I'll put a screenshot up on chat here, maybe after hours. But I think the last count, people were, all around the world. I think it was up to 22 countries or something, believe it or not, have from different, obviously different times of the day. But since the site's been up now for a little less than a week. I think I erected the site, went live, was it Saturday, Saturday night maybe, or Sunday, and we've been accessed through, I think, 22 different countries, which is pretty amazing, Ryan. It's only been around for a week.
Yeah, that's just the power of the internet, and that's cool, definitely cool. And then I'm sure your analytics give you like repeat viewers, like people that are coming back night after night, and that's really cool when you start getting a following going. People kind of start, they listen to us out there even if they don't talk or anything, and then they get to know us, and they get involved in our lives the same as you do with any of your friends. And yeah, it becomes a thing. It's when social media and the internet's used for the good, it's an amazing tool.
Yeah, and none of this is being promoted. I'm not the only promotion we do is on amateur radio, and that's it, man. I don't like social media. I don't promote anything on social media. I barely even visit Facebook these days, and Instagram. All those things are so much advertising and so much garbage. I don't even waste my time there. So, can you imagine if you wanted to spend money, right, and actually spend money and publicize it and market it, it would go a lot further. But yeah, it's pretty incredible how just a natural amateur radio stuff, word of mouth is something that's powerful, because amateur ham operators love to talk. So there you go.
Yes, we do. So you were 20 over. Solid 20 over that whole round there. The band is really good tonight.
Yeah, let me turn off my diversity here. Okay, let me go ahead and key up there, see how strong you are to me there, Ryan.
Alrighty, no diversity, I think you said so. N7 RMK, Fernley, Nevada.
Yeah, that one you're peaking 10 over, but you've been 20 throughout the night easily, no problem. So, but it's 9:45 at night. It's I mean, for right now it's a little late, but you're still booming in. Like I guarantee, if Jeff was here, I could probably hear Jeff, but James maybe not. Maybe by now the band may have gone too long, and I'm not sure if James would even be able to hear me.
Are you hearing that Canada frequency or whatever he's saying?
Yeah, the station out there with some crazy audio out of Canada. Go ahead. I guess he can't hear me.
Yeah, I don't think he could hear us. It was almost like he was asking if somebody else was still there. That was interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I don't. Maybe they can hear me. I doubt it. But Canada station. Somebody was talking about Canada or whatever. If you can hear me, go ahead.
There's an Ireland station that everybody's working.
Oh, Ireland's coming through on 40DX.
Oh, no kidding. Is that what I just heard was Ireland?
Hey, do you want to QSY up the band? If we're interfering with some DX, we could QSY, I think.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm hearing that guy really good right now.
Where's that guy at?
I'm not sure where he's at. He's just above the noise level, but he's got that that pinched audio. So I'm not exactly sure where he was, but whoever he's talking to, he's getting a 5.8 from him.
He's in Costa Rica.
Ah, he's in Costa Rica. Okay.
And it sounds like he's talking to VK, so he's talking to some Australians out there, huh?
I don't know. I mean, heck, we've been here since like 7 o'clock, so I mean, we've had our fair share of the frequency.
We can let's QSY up to like 71.99. We'll be in the general portion, and just leave these guys alone, because if there's a bunch of guys DXing them, we probably should QSY.
Okay, yeah, 71.99. I can do that, no problem.
All right, N6MUD QSY to 71.99.
And 7 RMK.
Is a frequency in use from N6MUD.
Alrighty, yep, I'm still good on the SWR and everything.
Oh yeah, sound good. Alaska, Sandpoint, Alaska. Hey, welcome to the ESSB Audio Outlaws. We just moved up here to the general portion. Some DX was rolling in down there in extra, so we figured we'd give those guys some space. So anyway, N6MUD, hopefully the frequency is not in use.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything other than you, so we'll check from here. Hopefully, is this frequency in use? N7, RMK, Fernley, Nevada. Yeah, nothing heard on my end, so I guess we're good to go.
It's pretty cool though how you could be sitting, excuse me, rag chewing for a couple hours on a frequency, and just like a light switch turns on, and all of a sudden the DX starts rolling in. Kind of reminds me when I used to go out camping in the desert. I'd take my 705, ICOM 705. I'd put up a vertical antenna, so a little, they call them Wolf River coil. It's about a 20-foot telescoping antenna with a coil on the bottom and some radials. And then I'd sleep up on my rooftop tent of my Land Cruiser, and I have my 705, and I would just let the static run. And then, I don't know, 2 in the morning, I'd be woken up to DX like Europe and all types of places. This is on 20 meters, just rolling in out of nowhere. And because the noise was so low, I had S0 level of noise. It was amazing. And that's kind of why I do. I don't necessarily go out to the desert to transmit. I just go out to get a zero noise level. And it's a whole different experience operating when I'm used to 7 or S7 noise level at the shack here.
Yeah, that's what I want to do that up in the mountains there. That's kind of what I was suggesting to Smitty the other day, and I don't know how he took that. He seemed like he was hearing banjos or something. I don't know, but yeah, one of these days I'd like to go up there. I don't have all the equipment. I've got a 7300. I'd like to get a battery and just one of those little small wires, because it's only 100 watts. And one of those big fishing pole type poles to put it up in the air and just set up and just check it out. You know, I'm not going to talk a million miles, but I should be able to hear a whole lot of stuff up there in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, and sometimes whoa, hold on, that's weird. I had a blowout there. Give me 1 second. Let me do a two-tone. All right, I think we're back here. Okay. So sometimes you have to get lucky kind of, because sometimes when you do it, I do it on 40 meters and I'll hear nothing. Other times I do it on 20 meters and I hear nothing. So it depends on the conditions and that. But I did field day one time. I went camping in field day up in the mountains out here, East County, San Diego, and I did that. And field day is busy to begin with, but on 40 meters, I was just hanging out in the extra at 3 in the morning, and there was, I don't know, all types of stations rolling in on field day. But field day is so busy, it kind of defeats the purpose, because there's so many stations. You don't really get any like quiet frequency where there's no like local interference, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. I had on my old pickup, I had a ham stick, a 20 meter and a 40 meter ham stick that I would use when I was working down in Vegas. I was out off to the edge of town, probably a good 400 or 500 yards away from any of the housing and stuff like that, and one of the places that I would monitor the air quality and stuff. Anyhow, just getting that far away, the noise for it would drop down dramatically, and in the mornings on 20 meters, I'd be hearing all the stations in Europe coming up, and easily made contact with a lot of them just because I could hear them. And I wasn't putting out a big signal or anything, but we were able to hear each other and make the contact. So it's definitely nice to get away from it all.
Break.
Go ahead, break.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for that. I want me to check my signal as well. I'm just right at the beach at the Pacific Ocean. How do you guys copy me?
Well, I am in Fernley, Nevada, which is just outside of Reno, and I've got you a very solid S9.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. This is November 7 Bravo Alpha Romeo, November 7 Bravo for that signal report.
And the station out there, this is N6MUD. I got you about an S8 into San Diego, about 20 miles north of the Mexican border.
Roger, that's pretty awesome. Thank you very much. This is November 7 Bravo Romeo. I am located right at the Pacific Beach at Lincoln City.
I'm sorry, what beach is that? You're located at a what beach? What beach did he say, Ryan?
Lincoln City, Oregon, Lincoln City.
Got it, Lincoln City, Oregon. All right. Well, you're making it to San Diego, but you're, like I say, you're about a 1S unit above my noise. Have a good evening, 7-3s.
Yeah, Roger, 70 days. Have a blessed evening, sir.
You two there, and enjoy your time. Enjoy your time on the coast. Oregon coast is beautiful.
Yeah, I kind of funny that I actually stick my antenna horizontally, like a telescopic antenna horizontally right from the second floor, from the balcony, and seems to work fine. I just got my diameter SWR like a normal enough, so it looks like it's pretty good. Anyway, one more time, thank you very much for the important 70 radio, November 7 Bravo Echo, Romeo Claire.
Alrighty, 73s. We'll catch you later. Well, Craig, I'm looking at the clock here, and it's almost 10 o'clock, so I think I'm just about done. I think I'm going to have to pull the plug and get my butt to bed. Like I said, I can't stay up too late. I'll start doing that over these all these days off, and all of a sudden Sunday will come along, and I'll have to get up at 2 o'clock Monday morning and be wide awake trying to figure out how I'm going to go to sleep.
Yeah, you've been awake a while today, so. All right, Ryan. Hey, man, thanks for hanging in there and hanging out and rag chewing this evening. Sounding good out there. I like those changes you made to your audio there, so lock them in, save that profile, and maybe we'll catch you out here tomorrow if you're around. But have a good evening, and I'm sure everyone in SWWOWs and YouTubers appreciate the chat and the rag chew this evening. Have a great night from N6MUD San Diego.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure. I enjoyed it very much. The chat is definitely cool. I very much enjoy it. So, yeah, we got to come out here tomorrow night. Smitty better show up tomorrow night. I know he's got to go to Reno on Sunday and Monday to move his daughter in, but yeah, we need a full report. And if I don't get it tomorrow night, I might not get it. Well, I'll get it when I watch the playback, but anyhow, yeah. That's how we get we guilt him into being out here tomorrow night. All right, Craig, I'll catch you later. It's been a good time. 73s, my friends. Yeah. N7 RMK clear.
All right, 73s Ryan, and copy Brandon on ASIO drivers, and yeah, we'll I'm gonna shut the stream down here in probably soon here, so we'll catch you tomorrow, Brandon, and Steve on the vanity call. Interesting. So interesting that ChatGPT even has any type of insight into applications for vanity calls. That's quite a shocker. But 92% probability, so I think you'll get it. Definitely interesting to hear what your new vanity will be there. But yeah, we'll wait here. You should hear something sooner or later. And interesting, yeah, I didn't even know that they did that type of stuff. So the power of AI. And catch you later, Brandon. Thanks for hanging in there. And sounds like you rebuilt your computer there, got Thetis up and running, and got the audio configured, and we'll look forward to hearing you tomorrow night too. With that, guys, I'm going to pull the stream here. So 7-3s, thanks for everyone listening, and we'll catch you guys later from N6MUD San Diego. Have a good evening. Hey guys, and hopefully tomorrow we'll have the chat working a lot better, syncing between YouTube and the MUD website. Get those limits sorted out and make it much easier. Have a good evening, everyone. I'm going to end the stream. Subscribe if you guys want to get notified next time we go live here.